Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Saagar, what are we doing?
Well, we've got a new vote on the minimum wage in the House of Representatives. The debate lineup is here. We're going to talk about that. And where does 2020 go? Lots of interesting stuff. All of that coming up today on Rising.
All right, Saagar, what you got?
Well, we have the results for who will be in the second round of debates. We have two different nights. There was a live drawing on CNN last night. Very interesting to see. So for the first night, we know that we will have Bernie versus Elizabeth Warren. Now, this is a matchup that a lot of us, including myself, have been wanting to see for a very long time. I was very annoyed and disappointed with the first debate in which they split Elizabeth Warren off from the rest of the large pack. This is a battle of progressive ideologies. It's economic patriotism versus democratic socialism. It's about what we talk about on the show all the time, the theory of change in the Democratic Party, whether it's revolution or whether the system can be radically reformed from the inside. It's a matchup that I've been wanting to see for a very long time, and I think a lot of people are excited about. But we also have a lot of danger for Joe Biden. In the second night of the debate, Joe Biden will face off with Kamala Harris and with Cory Booker. A reminder that Joe Biden's fiercest opponents on the issue of busing were Kamala and Cory Booker. He got into an open and public spat with them whenever this entire thing was happening, and he's really sunk in the polls and in terms of his fundraising dollars since that entire problem happened for him in the first debate. Biden has a lot to lose here. He faces quite a bit of danger because if he has another moment in which he shows that he can't face the attacks, which are certainly coming from Kamala Harris, the prosecutor, and from Cory Booker's kind of sunny optimism, but still pretty barbed attacks against him, he's going to have a lot of problems. And I actually predict that that's the way it's going to go. He's had a lot of issues showing energy in this campaign. He was speaking yesterday calling President Trump and his supporters, they were calling them racist, but it was a very muted response. And finally, what we're really looking for is clarity. We want to see who in this Democratic race is going to shake out. We want to see who can break out and actually have a true battle of ideologies. One of the more annoying things whenever you cover this is that this early in the process is that it's very much a kumbaya love fest in which everybody says, well, we're all just Democrats in this together. And the closer and closer you get to the caucuses and to the New Hampshire primary, that's when we see the knives start to come out. So as an analyst of these things, Crystal, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited for the Bernie versus Warren matchup.
Well, I think that's going to be interesting, although my prediction would be that they don't train fire on each other because they both believe in a lot of the same progressive values, and they fundamentally have a very different coalition. Bernie's is more working class, multiracial. Elizabeth Warren's is more liberal, educated, women in particular. But on the Biden front, you are 100% right. You remember I interviewed Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks on the day of the last Biden debate, and he said Joe Biden is going to be exposed.
Yeah.
He was more or less right about that. That debate performance raised a lot of questions in viewers' minds over whether he really was the guy to be electable and take on Trump. Now, it's too early to write the obits, but if he has another weak, angry, defensive performance like that, it's going to be very ugly. And one thing I would say to your kumbaya analysis is you also have a lot of people here who are literally fighting for their campaign's lives. You've got a lot of sort of animals backed into a corner who are going to be doing everything that they can to try to generate a moment. So that is a dangerous situation for the front runners. One other thing, Mike Gravel should be on this stage.
He absolutely should.
He made the contribution limit. He should be there. He's got a very different view and an important voice, and I think the Democratic Party would benefit from hearing from him.
The DNC stacking the deck against him, and that's not fair. One last thing I want to point out before we move on is that Julian Castro is also on that debate stage with Joe Biden. He was the breakout star in the first debate. We could guarantee he's going to set litmus tests on illegal immigration, that Joe Biden is really going to have a hard time walking the line here, and he came out and basically nuked Beto O'Rourke in the first one. So we know he's a skilled debater.
For this time?
Exactly. He's a skilled politician, and there's only one way to shoot, and that's up in this debate. So.
Interesting. Looking at the lineup, wondering who Julian's going to go after.